In the last video, I showed you how to make magnetic closures and how to make swing tabs for closures. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use ribbon for closures. You can use any kind of ribbon you want. I just have this ribbon here. It came from, I believe, Joann Fabrics. It was a holiday ribbon after Christmas. I got this on sale. I also use this a lot. It's from Michaels. It's just very thin ribbon. They come in a lot of different colors. You can use any type of ribbon you want, but I don't recommend using any type of wire ribbon because it'll be a little bit harder to use in a mini album. So I am going to show you how to make this here a ribbon closure. So I've already put one on, but I'm going to show you the process of the second side. So I'm going to open this up, and I like to put my ribbons in the center. So I have first cut my ribbon to about 8 inches long, and you can cut these to whatever size you want, but if they get to be too big, you're gonna have a lot of ribbon in the actual book itself, and sometimes it gets to be too bulky. So what I like to do, especially if you have a one-sided ribbon, this one has polka dots and the back is just plain, you want to make sure that you are putting your ribbon so that whenever it is closed, you'll actually see the correct side. So I have my ribbon here facing down because it's going to actually come up over top of the papers when it's done. So I'm going to show you how to do that with this one. I'm going to use my mat as a guide, and I'm going to place some glue right here in the center of this page, just a little bit. You won't need a lot, just as a guide. And then you're going to take your ribbon. Again, it's going to be face down in this case because whenever I have this page closed, the ribbon will be in the right direction. And so I have the other one already on the page, so I'm going to slightly move this up just a little bit because it wasn't exactly even when I had it closed, so it's pretty close right there. And you'll see that on this one I have a piece of black tape. What I like to do is add a piece of black masking tape, or you can use any type of masking tape. Mine just happens to be black, just to kind of secure this ribbon in place because you don't want it to be moving around at all. So I just take a small piece and make sure that this is nice and secure. So then what you're going to do is you're going to put your decorative papers over top of this. So I already have one piece cut here. So this paper is going to lay right over top of this, and it's going to hide this piece of ribbon in that tape. So I'm going to add this piece on first, and then I will show you what it looks like. Now that the paper's on, it has hidden this side, and we'll do the same thing with this side later, but what you're going to see is when this ribbon comes up, and you tie this, both ribbons are in the correct direction. And I like to tie it a little bit closer, especially because this is going to be in the edge of my album. I want the bulk to be kind of towards the center. And then obviously, when I tie this into the album, I will tie it in a prettier bow, but that will hold my pages closed. And the nice thing about this ribbon closure is if I have a lot of stuff inside the pages here that start to get a little bit thicker, this ribbon closure will be expandable to make sure it's the correct size. So ribbon closures are a really simple and easy way to keep your album pages closed. Another place to add ribbon closures in your album is the actual front cover of the album to keep the album closed. So I have all of my pages in my album already. I have not decorated my front and back covers yet because I want to add my ribbon to be behind the decorative paper so that you don't see the ribbon over top the paper. So I'm going to add my ribbon to the front just like I add my ribbon to the inside of the album on the pages. The only difference is I'm going to measure it to be longer. So I am going to measure my ribbon to be about 11 inches. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of ribbon, and then I'm going to attach them very similar to how I attach them on the inside. So first I am going to place my ruler here just to kind of give an idea of where center is. I'm going to put some glue here. And then I am going to place one of these ribbons just over top of that glue. And then I'm going to place a piece of tape over top to hold this in place. I'm going to flip this over and do the same thing on the back side. So now when I add my decorative papers over top of it, just for an example, when I add my paper over top of it, you won't see that and the ribbon will hold the album closed. Another way to fasten your ribbon to your album is to use a crop-a-dowel, punch a hole, and put an eyelet in there, and then you can wrap your ribbon that way too. I prefer to do it this way so you won't see the metal on the inside of the album. So this is one easy way to add a closure to your album. You don't have to do this, but I tend to prefer to have a closure on my albums.